Are you kidding me? Like, I'm shaking in my boots. Hey guys, it's Serena. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a look kind of review tutorial on this palette right here, the new BH Cosmetics x Daisy Marquez collab, y'all. This palette, I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm gonna save the tea for later. So yeah, but all I have to say is I'm just going to be giving you guys a little bit of specs on the palette and whatnot. It is $19 right now. That's what it retails for. I'm not sure when this will end, so it might have already ended. It might be like 23 or so now, but if you guys use the code Daisy at checkout, you guys will get some extra money off. So whatever the case may be, use a code and it'll be pretty inexpensive. And the palette also comes with a little mirror, like a kind of like a vanity, and it has 20 shades, and you just set the mirror in here. It's really good if you guys are on the go in a hotel, Airbnb, whatever the case. Easy to just put on and you're good to go. I'm not going to be doing swatches in this video just because I feel like swatches are unnecessary to me. I don't really care about them because you could have a really good swatch and it'll be a bad formula, and you can have a bad swatch and be a good formula. So I'm not the video to watch if you guys want to see swatches. Before you guys do watch though, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, especially if this is your first time seeing me. Hi y'all, my name is Serena Nicole and I would love if you would subscribe. So click that button down below and click the bell so you guys can be notified every time your girl posts. Alright, now let's really see what the tea is on this palette, Daisy. Alright y'all, so first I'm going to start out by priming my eyes. So I'm just going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is the old packaging if you guys were wondering. This one is like the squeezy tube one. I think the new one is like the Dofa applicator, but I'm just going to be using this one in the shade Eden just to prime my lids. If you guys couldn't tell already, my base is done and I did one eye off camera just so I can save some time just to focus on the palette today. So yeah, just taking the primer, I'm using a Morphe M224 brush. I love this brush for cutting my crease, especially if you have large eyelids. I would recommend. If you have really small eyelids, I wouldn't recommend cutting your crease with this brush just because it's pretty large. But I just like to pat on my primer with this just to get a tacky base, and I do not set it because the pigment of the shadow will be way more vibrant if you don't set it. So just gonna put this on. I love how the freaking palette comes with a mirror. Like, oh my god, I love it. Alright, so once your girl is primed, I'm going to be taking the first shade. I'm going to take Passion Fruit. It's this really pretty burgundy-ish shade. So I'm going to take this one right here on my Anastasia brush, the main one that comes with all of their palettes, just the standard brush, the fluffy side on one part and then the flat one on the other end. So just going to take Passion Fruit. And you guys know how I do my looks. I like to tap into the shadow first to get the most pigment and then tap some off. This is going to be a 3-layered eye, which means there's going to be 3 colors layering. So the burgundy, the orange, and the yellow. So I'm going to kind of start on my lid just because I want to make sure I have enough crease space to add all these colors. So I'm just going to take it and pat it on there first. And as you guys can see, there's already quite a bit of fallout. I mean, this is a very pigmented shadow, and I'm using quite a bit to pack on, so I kind of expected that. I'm not really a fan of fallout, but I mean, like, I don't really give a crap because I usually do my what's it called? I usually do my eyeshadow first, but just for this review, I did my base first. So if you guys are really picky about fallout, this palette does have it, but if you don't mind, then I would definitely recommend trying it out. Alright, so again, just patting on that shadow first and lightly blending out the edges. You don't have to blend them too much because we're going to add another shade on top. And then as I go, I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just wipe away the fallout. You guys can also put some powder underneath your eye if you guys really are scared about messing up your makeup, but at this point, I don't care. Okay, so next shade I'm going to be taking is this orange one, and there is fallout in the pan as well, but I mean, I don't really care. I'm going to take this orange shade with a different Anastasia brush, the same brush but just a different one. I'm going to take the shade called Vintage. It's really pretty orange color, and do the same exact thing, except we're going to layer this one a little bit on top of the burgundy. So just take it a little bit at a time, patting kind of in that middle point of where the burgundy stopped and where you want the orange to be. So just pat, and then don't forget to also leave some space for that yellow. So just go ahead and pat, and then go ahead and blend. And it's okay if some colors disappear. We're gonna continue to add and blend as we go, so don't you fret. We're gonna go back into that passion fruit color again, and just stamp it on, just because some of the color got lost from the orange. So just stamp it and then blend it out, and then go back with the orange and do the same thing. I know it's pretty repetitive, but if you guys want a really blended, colorful look, you're gonna want to take your time on blending and applying, because everyone asks, how is it so blended, how is it so pigmented? Because I took my time, sis. So take your time. I think that's pretty good for now. Now I'm going to be going in to the yellow color. So this one right here, called Flower. She named it after her supporters, which is so cute. So I'm going to take this yellow shade, and instead of the Anastasia brush, I'm going to use the Sigma Blending E36 brush. It's a really fine tipped brush, so you guys can save some money on Sigma with my code. I'll have it on the screen as well as in the down bar below. But yeah, y'all, Sigma brushes are it. So I'm just going to take this tiny one and dip into the Flower shade, top off the excess, and then go right at the top. And with this one, you don't really need to stamp it on because it's just a outer blending shade, so you don't need to, but I just take it. You're gonna have some fallout on the rest of your shadow when you put this on, just because it's the last shade you're using. So keep that in mind, but I'm just gonna really pack it up to make it vibrant. Obviously those colors we put on before got lost, so we're just gonna go back in. I'm just gonna take Passion Fruit, that burgundy shade, stamp that on my lid, and just keep building up the colors until you get your desired color of how pigmented you want it to be. Then going back in with that orange shade, Vintage, and popping that right in the center of the two. Alright, so now it's time to cut the crease. I'm just going to take my white ColourPop concealer in the shade, this is Fair 00. I'm just going to take it on the back of my hand and cut my crease with that same brush we used to apply our primer, the Morphe M224. I'm going to cut my crease halfway as per usual. Y'all know the drill. Alright, so once I cut my crease, I'm going to go in with a bold ass, as I was saying, once I finish cutting my crease, I'm going to go in with a bold ass color. This one is a Slime, super pretty lime green shimmer color. So I'm going to take just a random BH Cosmetics flat brush and then spray my brush a little bit with some rose water or cucumber water, whatever, just to get it a little bit more metallic, and then dip it in there and go to town. Like, do y'all see that? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you for real or what? All right, now I'm just gonna switch to a smaller brush just so I can get the very top part of my of the cut crease. Just a tinier flat brush just so I can get the very small parts that the bigger brush didn't necessarily get. It is looking cute. Ew. Alright, now I'm just going to go back into the palette and use those same shades we use as transition. So I'm going to go ahead and take Vintage, the orange shade, first on the Anastasia brush and put that first on the outer corner of the Slime shade. Just tap it on there because we're doing like an ombre, reverse ombre kind of thing. So tapping the orange on first. Beautiful. Now to add to the end of the eye, I'm going to take Passion Fruit on the other Anastasia brush, tap that on. This looks so good, you guys. Oh my goodness, Daisy really did her thing with these sheets. Oh my god. Alright y'all, now for the lower lash line, I'm going to take that Eden primer again. This is a technique I recently started doing. I'm just going to take some of the Eden primer on the back of my hand and take a Wet n Wild flat brush. You can use any flat brush for this. And I'm going to take some and put it right underneath my lower lash line, just so the colors will be just as pigmented as the top, because I noticed if I don't use a primer on the lower lash line, the colors kind of skip and fade a little bit and aren't as pigmented. So yeah, this technique works really well. And then y'all know the drill. Again, once we added that primer, I'm just going to go back in with these same shades that we used on the upper lid. So I'm going to take this Crown Brush C321 Bullet Crease. It's a very small brush. I'm going to use it on my lower lash line. So I'm going to take Passion Fruit first and go ahead, stamp that on there. And as you guys can see, super pigmented. Oh, I got some in my eye. Oh my goodness. And then go ahead and connect it to the outer edge of your upper lid shadow. Now we're going to hop into Vintage with the same brush and tap it right underneath the Passion Fruit shade and start blending. So you're just gonna want to tap and pull away. That's kind of how you get a really soft blend. And then last but not least, I'm gonna take the Sigma brush we used earlier and dip into that yellow and really drag it down as our last color. And go ahead and take it up to the outer shadow just to connect it all together. Y'all, for some reason I feel like this eye is better than this eye. I just think because I'm doing this one on camera it looks a little different, but you know what, we gonna make this work today. All right y'all, now for the inner corner I'm gonna take the shade Lucid, super pretty purple color, and then on top of that I'm gonna take some of Icy. Just put those two in my inner corner. And then gonna take Icy Wifey Haters Wanna Fight Me on top. I'm just kidding y'all, it's called Icy. And yeah guys, the look is basically complete. I'm just gonna add a thin line of black liner and some lashes, and I will be right back to show you guys the finished look. Alright, let me just zoom y'all in. Look at this. Okay, the blendability is on 20. Like the pigmentation on 20. Like Daisy, perfection, period. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm shaking in my boots. Daisy is shaking. Actually, she's doing just fine. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look, what I came up with. I absolutely love it, you guys. T. I would definitely recommend this palette. I paid, I think with shipping and everything, it was like $24. I know she said it's going to be $19 for a limited time only, and you can also use her code Daisy at checkout if you want to save some more money. My final thoughts on this palette, I will tell y'all, the blendability is amazing for one. I absolutely love the colors. They're really pigmented. They do have fallout, which is a negative thing, especially if you use my method where you pat it on first then blend out. They have a lot of fallout. I'm not really like tripping on it because I usually do my eyes first, but for those of you who do your face first, you might be a little iffy on it, but all in all, it's an amazing palette. Screw the fallout. Is G. And I'm also a fan of how it kind of like it opens up, so you don't have to worry about having the like the cap part open or the top just sitting there or like getting messed up or anything. It literally goes on right like this, but it is gonna suck if you do lose this because there's no really other way of closing it. But yeah, that's one thing I do like and dislike, so it's kind of like a pro and con, but I do like how it sets up as a mirror, so if you guys are on the go, it's a perfect palette for you guys to easily set up as a vanity and just be in your hotel room or Airbnb or whatever and easily get a look using the mirror and the palette. I don't really have anything else to say about it. The price point is amazing, the blendability is really good, the colors are very pigmented. I'm not really gonna do any swatches just because I feel like, in my personal opinion, swatches don't mean anything. They could be a shitty swatch and the eyeshadow blends beautifully, or the swatch could be beautiful and the eyeshadow blend shitty. So I mean, this isn't really the video if you guys are trying to learn about swatches and stuff, but y'all seen them on the Snap and her Insta and stuff, so yeah, go look there. And also, all the products I used in this video, including what I used on my face and like lashes, lips, all that stuff will be down below, even if I didn't mention it. Check down below, it'll be there, sis. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I love how this look turned out, so I definitely believe that this palette is a Serena Nicole approved. Before you guys leave this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that bell notification button to be notified every time your girl posts a new video. Also follow your girl on all my social media sites. They will be linked down below in the down bar, as well as the end card of this video. Also follow your girl on Instagram if you haven't already. What is you doing? Being judged if you don't follow, so go follow. It'll be right here. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. All right, bye guys. I don't want stress, no drama. I don't want fight, no wahala. Nobody should stress me at all. If it's drama, then I don't get involved. I don't want stress, no drama.